when we last left our heroes, you guys had woken up in the morning at the mayor's mansion after taking care of his daughter the night before because she had been having some horrible, horrible nightmares. In the process, you learned that there was a denizen of Ling that had taken interest in her and was attempting to capture her and take her to the realm of nightmares. You found a 50, like a big ruby that was in one of her stuffed animals, and you cut it out of there and replaced it with a rock. Then you went into town. Well, actually, no, I think you went to your normal, oh no, you went into town, and you walked around, and the first thing you did was you did a little bit of shopping at Rin's Wonders, and then you went over to Blades for Glades to see Amicia and Carman Rajani. While you were there, some people who reported they were bounty hunters from Absalom showed up and proceeded to accost Carman Rajani because they were looking for somebody named Sinemi. You guys managed to get between the bounty hunters and Carman, but a lot of the things he said were very puzzling, and you ended up killing 2 of the bounty hunters before the other 2 ran off.
I think only 1 ran off, but it was 6 to 1.
No, 2 of them did. And you managed to...
we killed the big one and one of the randoms.
Yeah. And you managed to loot the bodies and then literally kick the bodies out the door. And at that point in time, you went and talked to Laudus Longsaddle and let him know that there were some bodies in the street and what had happened. And you had agreed to meet up with Amicia at the Rowdy Rockfish because she had some things she wanted to tell you. And what she told you was that her father had dealt with this Sinemi person and he disappeared. And then when he came back, he said he had handled the situation. And that's pretty much where we left the story. You guys had some nice dinner, and it was the evening. It's about like 6 o'clock. You are supposed to go back to the mayor's mansion tonight and watch over his daughter again. But other than that, we are in Otari.
That's fabulous. Oh God, we gotta go back and watch the mayor's daughter.
Yes.
Nobody cares that we just killed 2 men.
I do like her, but it's like, that's work, man. It's fine.
You went and told the garrison.
True. It just, okay.
I'm a version of what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I mean, they attacked.
If I remember right, I believe we agreed to...
And you do have
and then they just let us leave, because...
Yeah, you do have the support of the town right now.
That's great. Let's go get drunk before we do this. That sounds like a brilliant idea.
As a matter of fact, everybody give yourself 25 gold to make up for things you've bought over the last 2 days.
Oh yeah, I love giving myself money.
This is your expense report coming in.
Or voucher money.
Yep. This is your per diem.
Oh, nice.
25 gold. That's not bad. Hang on.
All right, Wes, if we can slide me some cash.
I am adding some Monet. That would be.
Why is my hair being weird? Stop being weird, hair.
I hate to tell you this, honey, but hair is sometimes weird.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do at 6 o'clock in the evening? On
what time does little girl go to bed? Do we know?
8 o'clock.
I would like to go get drunk first. Who's going to?
Ma'am, you need to calm down. Simmer down now. Simmer down.
Calliope is here. Represent. I need to go get alcohol because this little girl is a lot.
She's not your husband. I guess
we're
going to go get
That is a
Dinner,
great
I mean.
T-shirt idea. That's a wonderful T-shirt idea for when you're shopping with a child. But
Girl. The T-shirt will say, "This girl is alive." Ah,
it needs to be right before reading age. All right, I'm going to actually take my scroll I bought from Ren's and go hang out in the glade at the now construction site near the ruins by the river.
Hello.
And study. I'm going to get like 2 hours of studying done on this scroll. I think I need to study about 4 hours.
Okay.
With my black light.
study, blah, blah,
So
blah.
I'm heading over to the bank of the river here just to be alone with this. I'm very excited about it, so I'm
I'm
studying
Okay.
earnestly.
headed to the Crook's Nook because it is my favorite place to go. Although the Crow's Cask is kind of calling my name. Should we go there? The
It's
rowdy
right here.
Rockfish.
So Crow's Cask isn't a
Ooh.
bar.
It feels like it should be.
It is not.
Cask. There is cask in the name.
Yes, that is where Magaloy, the alchemist, the pirate alchemist lives, and he makes potions and beverages.
That's fabulous.
Crook's Nook is
He should
closest.
not name
Yep.
his thing Crow's Cask. So hi, I am going down this street and like, hey, where's the alcohol? Blah 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 blah. I'm
Right.
headed to the Crook's Nook. My ass is right there now. Hi, I am having alcohol. This poor, ununderstood elf.
Okay,
Calliope's like, what is my life coming to?
so it's going to take you 4 hours to learn this spell.
Yeah,
You know that's
That's
going to
a
be
lot of
past the
drinking.
time you're supposed to get back to the mayor's mansion.
that's fine. I can bring a book to the party.
Okay, okay.
You're gonna be late to the party.
Don't forget
is
your
what's
hero
gonna
point.
happen.
I'm not
Zed.
gonna. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, everybody get a hero point. That's a good idea.
Yep.
Did you take any from me last time? I'm gonna go look.
You
No,
spent all
I'm
three.
still full of hero points.
Yeah.
But I'll add one just to, have
You
one
can't.
extra.
You can only have 3.
Oh no, really? Okay.
Okay. Is anybody joining
Yep, use 'em or lose
Calliope at the Crook's Nook?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
I'll do that.
I have an
I
ale.
don't have any other shopping.
People
that I
need to
can
watch me. It's a great thing to watch me have alcohol.
I
Watch,
just realized
encourage,
where all my
whatever.
money in the game was.
So
bunch.
Giuseppe, I see that you want to donate to the school. That is being handled by Alamora Inkelholtz. She's the one that is renovating the Thirsty Alpaca and turning it into a school.
Okay. I'm still donating.
Okay. I will assume that you do that sometime over this day and a half that you're here in town.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna drag Johnny down here. Who we said Thundercleese is coming down here. Where are you, Thundercleese? There you are.
Will you go, Johnny?
I have no idea.
I got you. So I'm gonna activate the Crook's Nook.
Goes.
Let's gonna pull.
Let's meet some fabulous creatures in here that gives us intel on all the things we want to know. This is where I am.
I wish I could say that there is a lot of. I wish I could say that there's a lot of exciting things going on in here tonight, but again, things have been getting a little grim in town. The bars have gotten a little more dour,
We're
and
gonna learn shit then.
and it's
good.
It's been a little more grim in town.
I have brought my pretty self to this bar, and I'm having alcohol at the bar. So all of the creatures should be coming up to talk to me and telling me things about life. This is what is going to happen.
Wait. What is Calliope doing
wrong?
again?
Am I wrong? Pretty elf walks into a bar. All the people at the bar are like, "Oh, hey, there's a pretty elf. I would like to talk to said pretty elf."
I mean, it's
I'm
worked
gonna
on me
tell her
before.
everything." I mean, come on. It's the absolute truth, coming from someone who has lived the elf's life.
Let me get some.
Y'all don't know.
You got that elf life. It's the
I
only
do.
life
I have it in space.
Elf life. Let's just start the thunder here in Atlanta.
Seriously, it is. It's some really rockin' thunder.
It's been booming pretty hard.
Yeah, no, I'm down in. Yeah, I mean, I'm down in East Point, and it started really making some noise half hour ago.
Let's make some noise.
So you guys go into the Crook's Nook. And like I said, it's a little bit of a more dour environment. The people that are drinking there are largely lumberjacks. I'm
a lumberjack,
still
and
hitting
I'm
on me.
okay.
yes, who are taking a break from their hard work out at the lumber camps and drinking here at the bar. Yin Yasmera is happy to see you guys as usual.
Hands.
And
What up?
you guys don't have any free drinks or anything left from her, do you?
Who knows? But
She
we'll pay her
loves us.
regardless.
I'm seriously thinking she does have that because she thinks we're amazing. Ooh, boom, crack, boom.
Yep.
I'm happy to throw some silver to get me some drinks.
Yes. So everybody throw a couple silver into the garbage, and you'll be drinking for tonight. Okay.
Awesome. Give me it. Okay, here goes my silver. I'm gonna go to silver.
Let me get Scoot out of here.
Move coin, silver 2. Look at me. I'm actually doing what you asked me to do.
Yes. So, what is there anything that you guys are going to do while you're here? Or are you just gonna like chit chat and have a couple drinks?
Now we're gonna see if
Well-
they any update.
Yeah,
Anything going
I'm
on?
keeping my ears open. The denizens are hitting on me, and they're going to tell me all that they know. So come on, bring it.
Yes, because
Wes, your wife is thirsty. You need to take care of something. I don't know what's going on in your home, but
look,
apparently not enough.
look. Have you seen this guy sitting at the table? Of course she's thirsty.
Oh, he's gorgeous. Yeah, he should come talk to me. Like right now.
Wow.
Wow, he's pretty. Hi, baby. How are you?
That
Bring it,
that
Gar.
AI hurts my feelings.
Oh, he's so pretty. He's so pretty.
all my
Bring it.
stupid AI guards for the library ended up being like all a little bit hot.
He's very close to me. I can tell. He's like, hi, baby.
Yep.
What brings you here? I haven't seen you here before.
Everybody loves that sword in the library energy.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. So are you gonna go, Wendy, and talk with
That's how I
with
got
the
through
guy?
high school.
Well, he is talking to the guy because
Okay.
he's right there.
Okay.
He's actually coming up and talking to me because I'm that hot.
No, he's a little bit he's a little
Jesus Christ, I have to go hit on people?
yes, you're intimidating. You're an elf.
God damn it. Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
I mean, I could say something that's going to get me in a lot of trouble, but I'm going to let it get away this time.
Hey, I am taking my drinks from the bar and thanking our barkeep and saying, you are the best. I love you so much. And I walk over to said very hot guard. I'm like, hey, baby,
Baby.
what's up with you?
How
Um,
you doing?
He's like, oh,
Better.
hi. It's very nice to meet you.
I realize I'm a very hot elf, but it's okay.
He kind of looks at his friends and looks back at you and goes, okay. He's like,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I am bored of hanging out with my friends, and I just wanted to come over and see what the news is. What's going on?
yeah. Oh, he goes, I don't know. He goes, we've been out at the lumberjack camps. He goes, oh, I did hear there are some people that have been disappearing from some of the camps as of late.
What? That's terrible. What people?
He
have been
goes, I know.
disappearing?
He goes, the weird thing is we had one guy disappear from our camp and there was nothing appeared to be weird. It's like he just got up and left and never came back.
That's really frightening. What
That's one
what
time
are
I've-
you
I hate it when I have a
doing
date like that.
to prevent this from happening? I'm very scared for you.
He goes.
It's awful.
He goes. Look, all I know is I'm hanging out with my friends and I'm making sure that we're always near each other. He goes, because I don't want anything to
Cheers
happen.
that. Oh, I raise my glass and I'm like, oh my God, cheers to that. That's amazing. You should always back your friends. My friends are over there at the bar. I realize I
Hello.
just left them to come talk to you, but
We're all pretending we don't know her.
come on, you guys. You know what I have to offer. Shut up. Anyway.
She's so hammered. What the hell? You're just
Are any of you making eye contact with a guard? Or suddenly, like,
Yeah. So yeah, and
Roll the dice to see if she's getting drunk. She is.
I have wine. It's fine.
Is there anyone hot in this bar? Because I want to do them.
I'm
Oh,
not there
man,
yet. I am only at flirtation level. Stop it. Stop pushing me into that.
wow.
Fine.
How dare you, Wes?
I know.
from now on, I'm going to refer to this as the Otari Ropers.
Oh, you mean the Regal Beagle?
Yes, exactly.
The Regal Beagle? Yeah.
So I'm getting the sense that he doesn't have a whole lot of information to offer.
No, he's a lumberjack. He's a little dumb.
He's okay.
Yeah.
He's a lumberjack guard. So he's pretty and okay.
No,
So-
he's not a guard. He's just a lumberjack. But I had to have a picture for the token, and so I used the guard images I made for the library.
Okay, see, then I was totally, completely not aware of that. That was totally new news to me.
It's the lumberjack who likes to pose in
he's-
libraries.
He's very believable as library security as well.
Okay, well, I'm going to say I am sorry you're having to deal with all the things you're dealing with. I'm going to head back over to my friends because we have some important things that we are required to do this evening. And I thank you for your time. I
He's
will
like,
be back.
I hang out here a lot.
You know what? I might be back. And
He's finally picking up what you're putting down.
I smile very, very suggestively. And of course, you know, as myself, Calliope, the hot elf, can only do.
Yes.
And he is obviously very, oh my God, this hot elf just flirted with me. This is great. So I head over and hang out with my friends, and I'm like, okay, I found out nothing. Shut up.
You know, I haven't been in the game a long time. Did you score right now?
I got a rain check on the score, but I may score later.
Just to make sure that the rain check doesn't dry up. It disappears.
Exactly. I mean, he's hot, but I don't know. It remains to be seen. But Giuseppe, I appreciate you having my back, man.
You know, I cheer you on to get in the baloney pony.
Ugh.
Oh my
You
God.
mammals and your mating rituals.
Yeah. Get a cloaca
Well-
like the rest of us.
Right?
I'm not sure what to feel right now.
See, that's how most
It should
people
be
feel when
jealous
you're
of my
doing the
flesh.
things that you do.
Exactly.
Did I
Wow,
just make you feel uncomfortable?
I'm learning
Okay,
a lesson.
good.
I feel really bad for the guard who got like okay, thank you for your time, and then a flirt.
Yes.
Because now he's probably like,
But
I
you
play
don't
that.
know me at all.
Oh wow, it's really coming down over here.
So you guys get some.
Yeah, it's finally starting to quiet here, so.
You guys get some cocktails, and Yin
Hey,
Yasmera
dog.
does confirm. She says, "Yeah." She goes, "His camp isn't the only one that I heard that happened to. There's been at least 3 camps that have lost people."
Okay, guys, we gotta investigate this after we babysit the mayor's daughter.
No, this town has a lot of things going on in it.
There's
Yeah, like-
always too much going on, but we need to investigate this because
What are these camps? Are they like logging camps?
Yes.
Are they?
Yep.
Oh,
So
okay.
just a quick reminder of what's going on here. Most of Otari is controlled by a group called the Cortos Consortium. There are 3 lumber companies here in Otari that have kind of got a coexistence thing going, and they have lumber camps out there in the woods, and then they send lumber up the down the log flume to be handled by the giant's wheel and milled into lumber, and then sent down the flume to the bay where it's loaded onto ships and shipped around the inner sea.
I was just making sure that it was a reference to that, like if there wasn't something else that I might have forgotten about.
No, I that is exactly what's going on and everything you need to know. So
can we get some more details on where these camps are? Like, are they in a specific area, or is it like just spread out different areas?
It is different areas.
This is Ron talking to the okay.
Yeah, she looks and she goes, I haven't heard anything, but like the people who came back here were surprised to hear it happen to other camps, and they're evidently in different areas out in the woods.
So no remains, no foul play suspected. These people are just, well, other than them just disappearing, there's not like signs of struggle or anything, right?
Nope, nothing. It's as if people wake up in the morning and somebody just disappeared out of their camp.
All right. Yeah, definitely sounds like something we should probably look into.
I think so.
I mean, it sounds like they're forgetting the first rule of hanging out in the woods.
Don't.
Well, don't. If you hear a weird sound, no, you fucking did. Mind your business.
Yes. Ignore the banjos.
Yeah.
I have a small aside.
You
cries for helps? Nope. Said your name? Nope.
Duncan ate all
definitely no.
pineapple.
Duncan ate all the what?
Pineapple.
Yeah.
It's gone. I'm very sad.
Oh, I'm sorry. I cut up some fresh pineapple tonight, and so my wife wanted some, and now she doesn't have it.
Yummy.
Okay, so in the meantime,
You ate a whole pineapple? Wow.
In the meantime,
Out.
while you were sitting over on the bank of the river,
It happens in the river?
It's very important to me that you use my
yes.
correct name. It's in
Hold on.
What
is
is
not
your
it.
correct name?
It
It's
is
in
yes.
Zanzibar?
No, it is Zulily.
Zulily! Oh my god, I love it!
So
Zulily, I missed you.
So Zulily, while you were sitting on the banks in between
sleeping.
Inkleholt's Manor and the ruins of the Thirsty Alpaca, you hear some noise from inside the ruins.
Okay, can describe it more. I would be super absorbed in trying to get this scroll done for reasons before the morning.
It sounds like someone is knocking on a piece of wood in a pattern.
Isn't this already under construction for a new project, or is it still clearly
Yes.
just a blown?
It is
So it's
currently being turned into a school for children.
Right, but it's under, like, it's not still the ruins, like it's got some new.
It is basically a hole in the ground with wood being put in to fill up the hole. Right now they're building the basement structure.
Right.
And once they get the basement completed, they'll probably start working on making the first floor.
Right. Well, I don't know anything about putting wood in holes. I drop Scoot on the ground and say, let's see what that is. And then I keep studying.
Okay. So Scoot zips over, and the knocking stops when Scoot goes over, and when Scoot gets back, he looks at you and he says, "Thundercleese?"
Oh, okay. I stand up, and look frustratedly, put my scroll away, and kind of walk down the riverbank. I pick Scoot up and just sort of look in the hole.
Okay. You see a kobold standing down in the hole. And he's like, I thought that was you. I thought that was you.
Okay, do I recognize?
You do.
Boy, I don't know how to say this. A lot of them look.
You encountered this kobold in the tunnels between the Gauntlight and town.
Yeah. Okay.
This is one of the kobolds that used to belong. This kobold is Fiverr, and I think you've met him before.
Okay, so what are you doing down there?
He goes, this is where the tunnels go down. He's like, he kind of looks at you. He goes, you didn't think this stupid bar collapsed on its own?
I shrug.
He goes,
kind of look at my scroll.
He goes, are you walking around town with a kobold?
I don't know. What? I guess he does look similar to you.
He goes.
I close my eyes a moment, trying to picture that whatever it is.
Yeah. He goes. Why? Look, I want to walk around town. I want to do things. I don't want to hide down here anymore.
Okay, come up, climb up, you precious thing.
Okay, so
and I squat down. He's shorter than me or not? Wait, before I decide my reaction to him.
No, he's actually a little taller than you.
This is not a town for kobolds. It's not safe here.
He kind of motions like into some of the dark spots of the area where the basement is being built, and you're sure he's like contacting the female kobold that got out with the eggs, that he was harboring underneath in the tunnels underneath the in between the ruins. He goes, look, he goes, the whole reason why our tribe kicked me out is because I wanted to integrate into town, and now you're walking around with a kobold and you didn't invite me to join you?
Oh. I say it's true that it's not a place for kobolds. It's true. But
man, that's racist.
Come
You
here.
racist.
Come here. And I reach in my backpack and I pull out my old hat of disguise, not my new one.
Yeah.
And I toss it down to him.
Okay.
And I say, you can only do it once a day. You can be whatever you want. And you can explore this town and get up to whatever you want to. This place is falling apart anyway.
He looks around and he goes, what
All
do you
you have to do is put it on your head and think of anything. Think of me.
So he takes the hat and he kind of puts it on and he kind of, dances around with it a little bit. And then he goes, is it working?
No, you have to, I don't know how magic. Think about something. Think about a person.
Okay.
Think about a kobold. No, wait, not that. Think about a gnome. And I point to myself.
Okay. Okay. Let's see what Fiverr does. Hold on. Let's see how well his disguise goes off.
Invest, so.
Yeah.
But an animal can do that.
He turns himself into what he pictures a gnome would be. It's really, really racist. It's super duper accentuated features. The ears are like way longer than they need to be. Your grin is way toothier than it should be. And there's a booger.
I mean, that part seems accurate. Let's
Booger?
Not on.
Ew. Okay, this elf is grossed out now.
So the okay, that's fine. So he was able to cast a spell.
Yes, he has evidently learned to invest in the hat of disguise.
Okay, fantastic. I look at him and I clap and I give him 2 thumbs up and reach down to help him out of the pit.
Okay. Yeah, you help him out.
And I gesture broadly to the town around him and say, "This is now yours. Go forth, cause havoc."
He goes, I don't. He goes, I don't want to amok. He goes, I want to be a productive part of the town. He goes. He goes.
Then you talk to the wrong person.
He goes. He looks at you with the toothy grin and the way too big ears and the eyebrows that are cocked up in an evil look a little bit too much. And he goes, "Where could you get a job? I want to get a job."
I say, "I know a blacksmith who needs help." I say, "You should go. I should give directions to Blades for Glades."
Okay.
Say, strapping, young. I take my bedroll out carefully and wipe it across his face to free the booger.
Okay. It's part of his disguise. He thinks that you have a booger.
Okay, I still give him a thumbs up after I do it.
Quotations.
and then
it's almost like he's going.
I sent him.
He's trying to symbol you that you need to wipe your nose.
I try to. I tell him to go to Blades for Glades. Don't mention us, please. But you can help. He's a good man who needs help. His wife is much younger than him. And I'd say if that doesn't work out, in Odd Stories, you go to Odd Stories and they need help as a librarian.
Okay. He goes, librarian. What's a librarian?
How long does the disguise last? How long? Hold on, I would know this.
I think it's an hour, right?
So you can only work an hour a day, so it's vital you make the most of it.
He goes, okay. And he goes off. And we'll end there. It is now getting close to time to head over to the mayor's mansion.
Let's go. I'm very excited about heading there now.
Oops, I did that wrong. Boop, 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 boop.
Yep, we're ready to go. Brond thanks and tips an additional 2 silver for
Aw.
Oh, that's very great. Thank you. Brilliant.
I've got to warn you, Bron, she's not into you.
Oh, Bron does not care. Bron just wants, friends.
Who is she into?
She's 2 silver more into him than before.
There is that.
Bron isn't trying to get in any of their pants. He's just, trying
Being
to make
sweet.
sure he's got a place to get dinner.
Yeah, that's
and
Not get stabbed in
alcohol.
the process. Yeah. So I figured out why I didn't have any gold.
Yeah.
'Cause I have a bunch of platinum.
Oh, yeah. No, that helps.
No, there is that.
So yeah, the
All
rest of
plat.
you, if you're like, why am I so broke? Make sure you don't have a bunch of platinum.
See, I just go and I type in minus and I put the gold in it that way,
Yeah.
and it'll break down the platinum if need be.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what you do.
Yep.
Go you.
Wow. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, it says at the top of your sheet, total coinage, 270
Did
gold.
not know this.
I thought it was like the party stash where it does your complete value. I just didn't realize it was so much different. But yeah, I'm observant.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I'm dragging everybody up to the mayor's mansion.
We love the fact that we're dragged. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna role play this pretty quick. I don't feel like we should spend a
Okay.
whole lot of time here.
I like the role play though.
I know, but I kind of feel like maybe since we're only gonna get about an hour's more gameplay in, we should cut it a little slim. So this is what I'm gonna do. You guys, so everybody give me a perception check.
Oh damn it. Hang on. I have to go find that again.
A blind perception check.
I know. I'm finding it. Perception and I clicked on it and it's not working. Of course it's not.
I will roll for Thundercleese.
I appreciate it. Because right now I perceive nothing but darkness and a vague glow off the screen of my phone.
Yes.
Oh no! Oh, that's so terrible. Well, I'm still trying to make my perception check do its thing. It's not. It's being a butt.
Okay, well, don't worry about it. Giuseppe rolled very, very well.
Okay, well, we'll go with Giuseppe's then.
Giuseppe, in the process of watching over Amicia, let's get better music than this. This is too.
Yeah,
this
new
is-
music. This is bar music.
I know this is too happy. We need it to be a little more sinister.
No.
What?
Less than happy music? What?
Yes. So, I mean, you're watching
Dire
over a
music.
girl who's being tormented by nightmares.
This is why I needed to go to the bar beforehand.
In the process of the night, Giuseppe, you notice that Thundercleese had paid a lot of attention to that red gem the previous night, and yet he hasn't done anything with it tonight. And so you ask him about it, and he reaches into the pocket where the red gem should be, and it is not there.
What?
No.
What the shit?
That is so bad.
I start losing my mind and digging around in every pocket I've got, including my prison pocket. Just where the fuck?
Whoa.
Oh man, prison pocket.
That's a pocket
Cloaca.
that is belonging
Cloaca.
to prison people.
Because as soon as I don't find it on me, there's a gnome who's getting an angry eyeball.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna blame the magic. I'm gonna blame the whack job.
Zoo Lily, you notice that Thundercleese is glaring at you. Did he go get a drink or something?
I don't
No,
know.
I'm sorry, I was muted. I'm muted. How far into the night is this?
This is at about 10 o'clock. It's been a couple hours.
So the first 2 hours, okay, I'm going to handle that. The first 2 hours, I would have been obsessively studying this scroll still to finish it.
Yes.
So we can make that roll in a second because I would have ignored everything trying to get this thing understood
Yeah.
and impart it into Scoot. And then I guess I would have just finished when I look up and see that
An angry tiny lizard man.
Yep.
I look up and say, and I give thumbs up and a big grin.
Okay.
Where is the ruby, you psychotic little dwarf munchkin, whatever?
I jump
Same.
up and
Ish.
approach, towering over the kobold.
Yes.
I'm
By at
almost
least an inch and a half.
I think I'm 6 inches tall. Go to your.
Do you need me to come tower with you? Because I'm like very tall.
I'm 99% sure I'm 6 inches taller than.
Okay.
Not me, but that's fine. I'm here for
Anyway.
your height advantage.
I mentally tower over him,
Mentally.
and I smile and I say, "Do I remember? I saw the ruby, right? Or did
Yeah,
I-
oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I shrug. And I say, "Probably back in the doll." And I point to the doll.
Okay. She's holding on to it while she sleeps and tosses and turns.
And I lean into Thundercleese and say, "What was it?" So
It
you
was
know something.
trouble, and you better hope it's in the doll, or I'm gonna go looking.
I grin.
Let's go over and kind of.
Okay.
Well, I mean, in the middle of the night, the thing fired up with all sorts of magic. So detect magic before I start,
Yeah.
accosting this small child for her
Yeah,
stuff
there's-
seems a little bit better.
There is definitely magic in the room.
Well, if it's a
Sweetheart.
ruby, I should be able to basically recognize it.
Very warm in here.
Yeah, but it's not. It's only items that are in your possession and your party's possession.
Good luck with that.
But you do notice that the little griffin looks very lumpy.
It's a lumpy griffin. Sad.
I get real excited.
Actually, I think I can actually identify it now that I've gone up a level. I believe at the auto upgrade on Detect Magic, it should be able to point me to the strongest source in any particular room if I remember
Okay,
right.
yeah, it's the Griffin.
Yep. We're going to need to get that away from her stat.
Then let's do that. You're telling me this, right? I'm in the same room and you're telling me this.
Yes. We need to get that away from her now.
I need to like scroll in because I am seeing still the big version of Otari.
Yeah, no, I didn't go to the mansion. I just went over here by the mansion and zoomed in.
Okay, I'm moving and scrolling and moving and scrolling. It's fine. I've got this.
Look for
There we go.
Yep.
I'm here. It's fine.
Okay. So yeah, the thing looks a little fatter than it was yesterday.
That's very frightening. Let's get rid of the fatter thing, shall we? What do we want to do, my friends?
Well, we physically are going to need to remove that from this equation because that has left my possession and now is where it need to be.
Can I sense motive on Thundercleese? Does
Okay.
I feel like he's acting very agitated in a way, like a golem-like way that this thing is no longer with him?
You're trying to see if it's obsessing over the gem?
Yeah, a serious question. Like when he was like looking all over his body for it, was he like sweating? I mean, what was like? Did I feel anything? I'm gonna actually do a blind sense.
Yeah, do that.
This is frightening. I'm very scared. I'm a very scared elf.
Sorry, stand by. Oh, I don't know why I want that to be on the exploration tabs, where it should be. Blind GM roll.
You're pretty sure he's just worried. He doesn't seem to be obsessed or possessive. He's just worried.
What does it do? I excitedly look at him. I feel like he knows more about this gem than he's telling us. I mean, we know that there's an extraplanar thing, but...
It is clearly a very dangerous magic, and if some guy who may or may not physically exist gave it to this little girl, that seems pretty bad to me.
That's so bad.
I think we should just grab it.
Oh my god.
You think you should just what?
I think we should just grab it. I point to Brond or one of the people with longer arms. One of the taller three.
Okay, I can handle that.
I don't
I'll
want
just
to
grab
call
it.
it.
Okay. Are you gonna try to pull it away from her like violently, or are you gonna try to sneak it out of her hand?
She loves me. I'm gonna go over there and go, hey, sweetheart, everything is wonderful. I'm so glad that you're doing great and having a beautiful dream. I am going to give you a pillow. And I'm going to grab some pillow off of a chair.
Do some kind of a diplomacy check.
Are you about to kill her?
Bitch, really? No, I am not.
Oh,
I'm
shit, I was
trading out.
checking.
What the fuck, dude? I'm trading out a pillow for the doll thing that she has. I have to go find the diplomacy check. Hang on.
Never wrong to ask.
You can just go to
Yes, never wrong to ask if somebody's about to kill a child, a sleeping child.
You can always go to basic action macros in the on your macro.
Oh, I love basic action macros. It's my favorite. There goes lightning. So you want me to do what now?
Roll a diplomacy check to see whether you sweet talk her and she takes it.
Diplomacy is not on this thing.
Go to
Make an impression.
Make an impression on the exploration tab. At the top, there's encounter, exploration, and downtime. Go to exploration, and then go to make an impression.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. And you want me to do a private roll?
And it doesn't matter.
Okay, it's on public, so here you go. Y'all enjoy.
Okay, no, she's not letting go of that thing. She's holding on to it pretty tight.
Okay, I'm done. Somebody else needs to.
I look at Thundercleese, and I feel like Thundercleese knew more about this. Can we just pull it out? Do we yank it? We yank it out.
Yankin.
We take it out. Do we whip it out? Thunderqueeze? What?
Whoa.
That's a lot.
What do you know about it?
What I've told you, it's there's a lot of magic in there, and there's a little girl suffering, and it was given to her by some crazy weird thing that we know nothing about.
I push Braun on, like, I just reach behind Braun and push him forward to the bed.
It's like, do you
Braun,
have no paternal instincts? What's wrong with you, Pinkskins?
I want to be able to see what.
I
want
was
to be able
right
to.
there, and I rolled terribly. So stop.
What are you gonna do, Braun? You just got pushed towards the bed.
Yeah, Brond stumbles over and like sits down like on the bed gently, like it was his idea, like kind of like trying not to fall on her. And he's like, "All right, we're gonna be right here, just to And he's kind of looking at the doll, but like trying to make it seem like he's not.
Okay.
Is she asleep or is she like groggy?
She's like half asleep.
She's
okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought that like we were kind of tucking her in.
No, she's not. It's 10 o'clock. She's already been asleep a little bit, but she's tossing and turning and lots of bad dreams, lots of nightmares.
All right, so Braun goes to pull out a dagger, and he's like, "I bet I can take off her arm, and she won't even wake up."
I start nodding. I start nodding as we time it.
I look at Braun with the evil eye and go like, "Oh my god!" So
Braun huffs, and he's like, "Fine."
Okay, so we were checking with the wrong person to see if they're gonna murder a child. Okay, good enough.
He winks at Gestapo, and just kind of like pulls up the blanket and tucks her in a little bit, and like pats her head, and looks at the rest of the crew like, "We're gonna just sit here and we're gonna wait, and we're gonna see what the fuck happens, and when it happens, we're gonna kill the shit out of it."
No.
Oh, my eyes
Braun,
wide.
I need you to take that thing from her.
Oh, so we definitely need to get it from her? All right, so Braun picks up one of the pillows and goes to like... What?
Nothing. I had a question. I decided that I want to find out by watching.
All right, Braun's going to try to sleight of hand it.
Okay, yeah, do it.
Pull away from her.
That's brilliant. I love that decision.
Yeah, it's almost like this is a RPG, people.
Yeah.
It almost is. Go sleight of hand.
Is that just a sneak or
yes, it would be a stealth check.
Yes.
I believe you will have some kind of benefits for the fact that she's mostly
Look
unconscious
at that.
and also a small child.
You totally Indiana Jones that motherfucker.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Yay for the rolling of the awesome.
Everybody else looks over and she's now cuddling a dagger. Like it's in the sheath, but Braun's like, oh, I didn't realize that was still in my hand.
I am laughing and giggling silently to myself.
So you have managed to take the griffin away from the girl.
And I toss it over to my lizard friend who seems to know more about it than the rest of us.
Okay. As soon as you touch it, you recognize there are two solid objects inside this stuffed animal.
Solid objects? This stuffed animal is...
We're going to have to cut this thing open again.
Yeah?
Yeah, we got to figure out a better way to keep this. I mean, the thing vanished from my person. We need to figure out more to keep this where it needs to be, not at. Yeah, that. Words are hard.
Okay.
But for right now, we need to get it away. We need to keep it away from the small child.
Can I see it? Can I hold the animal?
All of this.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. If a dream demon starts eating you, that's okay. I'm okay with that.
I take it, and do I feel anything? I hold it in my hands in front of me.
Like
a lion, like Lion King.
You're if you remember last night, you did an occult kind of study of her, and it did lead you down, and you think maybe you should try that again. And so you take the stuffed animal, and it's got this gem in it, and you start kind of focusing on it. and people keep talking to you in the most annoying manner. But
With our words?
But you sit there and you focus, and this goes on for a couple of hours, okay? And you learn some new things. So if you remember, the last time you did this, you deduced that there was a very strong tie between Doriana's mind and the dimension of dreams, okay?
Yes, like.
And that conduit was going to draw her wholly into the dimension if it was not destroyed.
Yes.
The next thing you learned was that you saw that there was this chamber, a layer of the denizen, and it was a stone chamber with a very old map of the inner sea painted across, painted on it, right?
Right.
And then also there were several tattered pieces of paper that together constituted a fairly detailed map of Otari that was surprisingly recent.
Right.
And now, as you
But
sit
not like
there,
super recent.
as you sit there and focus on this more, you learn the name of the denizen of Lang.
Oh, okay.
His name is Isan Kalir. And as you sit there and focus on it, you see a picture in your head, and you're like, I see him. I see him.
Okay, I focus. What? Give me. Okay. Oh well, of course he's got a turban on. And a mask. So I see that he has two eyes and
Yes.
Yes.
leaf
Very-
on eyebrows.
He's like the Arab daredevil.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I'm not gonna ask if it rings any bells because.
you ask everyone in the room if they know anything about Isan Kalir?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to ask if I don't recognize him in any way, obviously, because he's
Ring my
completely
bell.
covered, basically, right?
Yeah.
Other than eyes, but I see. Do I recognize the garb and the?
Well, you remember
I'll
that she
remember-
said he was dressed in motley.
Yes.
And
I
This
remember
guy,
that.
this guy is the Motley guy.
Mhm.
Oh my god!
Well, he's from Lang, but I don't know how people get into Lang or if they're native. I don't really know. I guess maybe my character would know and something about it.
Well,
maybe, but
the dimensions of dreams is this crossroads
Yeah.
of mental activity across all realities. So that's one thing you do know. And as you're sitting there,
holding the gem.
you're
That's
holding the gem,
basically.
and you're
Well, he is,
recognizing
yeah.
that there is some power in it. And give me another occultism roll.
Okay. Go.
You are extremely confident that you can use this gem to locate Isan Kalir.
Okay. I probably would be so thrilled by this that I don't even ask, and I start attempting to do that.
Okay. This is a magic item, and you will need to what's the term? Where you
Invest in it.
invest in it. It is an investment.
Right. Okay.
And you know now that it takes 10 minutes to activate it. You may do it once per day. And if you focus on the ruby, you cast a 5th level locate spell.
Okay, but this is gonna. I feel like this is gonna locate him in another dimension, or do we think there's some kind of relationship in this plane to him? Because if we locate him in another dimension, I'm not sure what would I think about how I could even get there, or.
The range on it is 500 feet.
But do we? But I think he's not in the material plane, right? He's somewhere.
You have
else.
no
He
idea.
would never be within. Okay.
You have no idea.
We just saw a gray room, a rock room that we are.
Correct.
But we think right. But I guess we're thinking this might be not in the dimension of Lang, but in the material plane somewhere.
You don't know.
No. But if I somehow get within 500 feet of him. Okay, I'm going to focus on the room again. I think I already asked this, like this nondescript stone.
Mm-hmm.
It's a map of Otari. No windows in the room. I try to mentally spin around in the room. Nothing looking out that would tell me.
You're not able to spin. The focus is in this
Okay.
one direction.
Okay.
And if you remember, the remarkable thing was that the inner sea map was old, like about 300 years old.
Yeah.
But that the Otari map was recent.
Recent-ish.
Yes.
I think the
So
end was
weird.
intact. Not the end, but the
Thirsty Alpaca was intact.
The thing that we're turning into a school.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I drop contact, stop communing with the object, and share everything with the party.
Okay.
And describe I don't have any memory potions left, but I describe Isan Kalir, maybe? Is that what you said?
Yes.
So we smash it.
The best we can. No, we want to find him.
Oh.
oh. Bronze
I mean, maybe
smash.
No,
Maybe
we
he'll
find
come-
then.
Maybe we'll
We
kill.
find then we smash. No, wait,
do
hang
we-
on.
Do I feel like if I slept with this thing, anything would happen?
I mean, it might develop an unnatural attraction to your magnetic personality.
Oh,
There is that.
okay. Can roll with that.
I mean, it's a risk, but it's calculated.
I tell the gem it's a good gem, and we lie down.
Okay. So the rest of the night is fairly uneventful. She continues to get worse. Her infantilization is getting more prominent. She is she's not doing well. But you guys finish spending the night with her. It is now the morning.
Okay, I'm going to make my little simple crafting roll for having scribed that scroll in the middle of after the 2 hours had passed.
Okay.
I'm sure that's more than ample, but
That is more than ample.
great. So I have planar tether scribed now,
Okay.
which maybe I won't get to use the way I was hoping now that we know more about this situation, but I'm just clueless about where to go with seeing a room with a map in it. What if anything in the city is anything in the city made of gray rock that is like all similar to what I saw in the vision? I know I can't say it's exact, but like, is the entire city made out of a clearly different looking stone? Or
No. Actually, it wasn't gray stone. It was kind of reddish stone.
Okay, is anything in the city have any of that in it that we've seen? Anything that looks
Give
even
me-
remotely similar?
Give me a recall knowledge. You do not recall anything that would bring attention to that. Like, there's not anything you remember that would evoke that kind of thought process.
Okay. Okay, it was morning.
It is morning. You guys can all do rest for the night.
Oh, hang on. Sure.
I'm gonna change my spells too.
I think I rested for the night.
What are you going to tell the mayor about the night? Anything?
Your daughter's still not okay, and we took away the thing that was making her not okay, but everything remains to be seen as to how she's gonna handle
He
this
goes,
shit.
Didn't you take that away last night?
Nope.
I raise my finger.
He goes,
Yes.
Yes.
I say, party meeting. And I motion for the party to huddle up.
huddle.
Yeah,
Okay.
And then I
Okay, I'm here. What?
I just keep glancing over at the mayor while we're in a football huddle, and I say, I think we should describe everything. We need to find this person. It will be amazing and exciting.
I mean, we could also just use the gem as intended and then go beat that guy up.
Well, if we use it, what do you mean by doing the locate?
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to be within 500 feet of him, which is like, We can't like cover the whole world of.
And it can only be used once a day. I'm going to go
Yeah.
ahead and say, though, that you
so-
used this last night. So,
But
Oh, that I did?
that's not today.
well, yeah, you used
Why
it,
would I-
didn't you?
why-
That-
I don't.
We
I,
used
didn't-
it
I
last
wouldn't
night.
have. If I would.
It's
I wouldn't
not
have used
today.
locate. I certainly wouldn't have thought. Oh, I must be within 500 feet of him last night.
Oh, okay.
Did we not sleep? I think we slept.
You slept.
did.
I told you to rest for the
Yes,
night.
we all gotta get sleep.
So he can do it again.
I think. I think we should tell the mayor everything so they could because this might ring a bell, or he might react in a weird way or something, or he might think we're crazy. I don't know, but like all of his resources and knowledge
Oh,
of
I'm
town.
pretty sure he already does.
I think we should just see what the reaction is. Who all's in the room right now?
I'm
Yeah,
assuming
this-
you're going to breakfast.
Well, we're talking. Yeah, okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
wherever this conversation is happening, is it just the mayor? Or
yeah,
the mayor
it's
and a
just
few
the
people?
mayor and Ichabod's nearby.
I mean, what do y'all think? Is there any strong opinions? I think we should tell him everything
Do it.
Yeah.
and describe the room.
Okay.
Redstone.
He's
So
very.
I go in. I go through the whole.
Yeah.
Try to describe Isan Isan
Isan clear.
Kashmir.
Yeah.
Kalir. Draw the dress, like the way he was dressed, the off-putting eyebrows, the room, the maps, the time period we think the maps are in, the redstone,
Yeah.
the gym that teleported out, and I talk quickly and grin and gesture wildly the whole time.
Okay. He logistically is always confused by you. But he does listen, and
I mean,
and he goes, I will get some people to do some investigation based on the description that you shared. And he is going to have some people look into it. And you guys get a good breakfast. You guys have gotten a good night's sleep. And then you walk outside
breakfast.
into the sun.
A map of Otari. So the map was ripped into pieces.
No.
Division.
There were a bunch of scraps of paper that constituted a map of Atari.
Oh, but it was assembled as a map. As long as it
Yes.
was ripped up. Yeah.
Right.
Or nothing about the way the scraps were torn that would leave no marks on certain buildings or.
No.
What do we believe the oldest building in town is? Are any buildings
Ooh.
surviving from before?
Probably the fishery.
It's
probably
a
the-
wooden structure.
The things that are down at the dock are probably some of the oldest buildings in town.
But they would be since the rebuilding of Otari. There's
Right.
nothing that's standing here that we think was from.
So the Giant's Wheel, the big water wheel, was one of the first additions that helped ensure that this area could be profitable. So I'd say the oldest things in town are the buildings near the fishery and the Giant's Wheel.
But nothing there is made out of stone, right?
The Giant's Wheel is made out of stone.
What do y'all think? Maybe as a morning activity, get a croissant or whatever, and go over to the land the Giant's Wheel is on, like across the bridge, right outside it, and just use it to make sure there's not some chamber there, or I mean, I don't know where. I don't want to waste using it, but I also don't know there's anywhere else right now that we think is super valuable to take a shot in the dark.
I mean, aside from as close to the child as possible.
Well, you think he's within? He's in the manor. That's maybe not a bad idea.
I mean,
I kind
you
of like
could
we have
get-
a little bit of meta information. I think Wes said, "Oh, he thought he used it," and didn't say. it was
Yeah,
there, but-
that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say last night you used it once,
okay.
and Menhemes Manor, not in there. The Giant's Wheel is within 500
Okay.
feet of Menhemes Manor, not in
Oh,
there.
is it? Oh, okay. I guess 500 feet is a
Yeah. I mean, that's a
lot of
football
feet.
field.
yeah.
Yep, that would be a football.
It's almost
field.
2 football fields.
Yeah.
It's a very long stretch of yards.
The kobolds are digging under the city. The
Past
Dawnflower
tense.
Library always just looks old, dug under the city. And of course the Gauntlight itself, which we could take it back and use
So
it
I'll
there.
go ahead and say that 500 feet is probably about. Well, no, bigger. I mean, 500 feet. 2
I mean,
football
you're right. The
fields.
2 football fields. Yeah.
And then let's
It's
put
not
this.
I mean, this
Yeah, let's put
town
that
clearly
there.
covers a lot more
Wait.
space than that.
Better yet, who in town would do planar shit?
I mean, the only
Us.
the only real mage you know is the people that creep you out.
Well, I mean, I feel
Time
like
to go see him. Let's go see the mages. Come on.
well, Ren
Look,
is
they're-
what is Ren? Ren's a mage, isn't she?
She's
Look, they're
more
creepy
of a-
motherfuckers, so they're
she's-
probably in on it,
She's
right?
more of an occultist
Yeah.
seer.
Okay.
She is.
Okay. Let's
I
go
mean-
do the what do I think this ritual involves? Is it going to be obvious we're going and doing a ritual? Are they going to want to get involved?
What the
No, if we
gem?
go do the gem. If I use the gem to locate,
It is a
you
10
said it
minute.
takes 10 minutes.
It takes
but what
10
is-
minutes to activate it.
Is there a lot of shit happening in that time, or am I just concentrating on the gem, or do I not know?
I mean, you could. It's probably casual. It's probably like a wand or something.
All right,
Yeah,
let's go.
Cast
actually,
casual.
actually, I would love for this to be originating from Odd Stories. That would make me
I'm
happy.
casually casting right now.
Okay, so you're gonna take the
Yeah,
object
lean,
to odd.
lean a little bit to the left.
Yeah,
You're gonna take
Yes.
the object to Odd Stories,
correct.
and are you gonna tell them what you're doing, or are you just gonna walk in and start mumbling?
I want somebody else to walk in first. I want some ablative conversation armor.
Okay. Well, why don't we hold on? Let's do this.
So Bronda's going to go in and he's going to ask for if they have anything on the Rose Argentus. Like I'm very impressed by this sword. I know that it has a lot of history and lineage here in the town, and that we have been gifted by being able to use it. And I want to know more if they have anything else.
Okay.
I
Wow.
know that this is not a library. I know that this is like.
Well, no, that is
Like just some
actually
dudes.
a legitimate
Oh.
question to ask them.
Yeah.
Hold on, just one moment. So so when you talk to them about the sword, they say we've looked at the sword before, and they say it's considered a progressive magic item. It's as you become more and more invested in the sword, it provides greater powers.
Ooh,
Oh,
very fancy.
Wow. Nice.
Like Braun doesn't say anything, but like anybody who knows Braun or spent a lot of time, like you can just by the look
Yeah.
on his face, like he's excited by this news, and he's like subconsciously petting the hilt.
So he says, we did learn that this device is more powerful in the hands of a Rajani.
Ooh, so you just got to cut his hands off.
I mean, or you
And-
could marry a little girl, which is also
I was
kind of
gonna
weird
say,
and creepy as well.
Marry into the family. Look, maybe there's an aunt, is what I'm saying.
Mm.
Goddamn.
Oh my
lizards.
god.
No. As soon as I suggest, I'm making a face as I suggest that. I'm like,
Yeah. That's a good face. So I don't know if you remember. I think I've described this to you before. There is a 2-action thing you can do with the Rose Argentus.
Yep.
It's called the Flurry of Flowers. You can make 3 attacks against 3 different enemies in range, and the sword is treated as agile when calculating map for this ability. So it's
I tried
basically
to do
2
it like-
actions for 3 attacks.
I tried to do it like 2 or 3 nights ago or
Yeah.
games ago, but
Yeah.
it wasn't the right setup for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
He goes, there's also one other ability that appears to be locked down only for Rajanis. And he goes, the blood activates it. And when I read the stories of Vol Rajani, it was called the Blossom Veil. And it basically, when he describes it, Thundercleese and Zulily, it's basically a blur spell.
Oh, nice.
But it only works for Rajanis. He goes, but there is more to this sword. He says there
how
is...
old is she again?
She's 14.
No.
You can spend 4 years in town.
Red.
Red. Okay,
Red.
orange.
No grooming.
No.
No.
He says, but he goes, there are at least 2 other powers that can become unlocked with this. He goes, similar to the Kalian key that you showed me, there are 2 powers that can be unlocked with it as well.
Is there any clues or knowledge on how those powers may be possibly unlocked? What needs to be done, or
He
how to
doesn't.
obtain
He's like,
such
I
powers?
don't. He's like, I don't know. I don't know that.
Would you know maybe where I could look, or be it for the Rajanis or myself, or like
He
just
goes,
so
I
that this
haven't. I have
knowledge-
not discovered anything
Okay.
that would lead me to learn that. He goes, now I've been told that you have the cloak of the huntress as well. He goes, I can imagine that if 2 of the items of the group were progressive items, then probably all of them are. And Zarmavdian's Thresholds of Truth and Asaphina's Cloak of the Huntress probably have upgrade abilities as well.
I look at the group and I'm like, have we ever heard of these fucking things before?
I clearly haven't.
I'm holding. You would know that I have the Cloak of the Huntress in my bedroll. I roll it up in the bedroll for safekeeping. So
That
I do
bitch
have
on.
that. And then, but I'm not with that. As soon as we walked in and they started talking, I kind of gremlined around the bookshelves for a minute, and then went to the back corner with my back to everybody and my hands in front of me, and I'm holding the gem, and I'm doing the ritual.
Okay, so you do the ritual over there. Let's see what Morbulin's perception is. Not that
There's
one.
nothing I'm doing that I would consider out of the ordinary.
No. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just seeing if he notices what you're doing. And he does not. Okay, so you guys continue discussing things. So if you remember, you've got the 4 basic, like the icons of the heroes, right? The Rose Guard relics. And then you have one other set of relics, which is the rings that belong to Asaphina and Otari that allow translocation.
And I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be misremembering. I don't think we actually found Asaphina's ring.
You did.
I know we're holding Otari.
Yeah, I was here for the second ring.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Good.
The ring was on her body when you exorcised the spirit underneath the fishery.
Yes, okay, good. I couldn't remember if we went back there or not. I knew that's where we suspected it was going to be.
So you have 4 upgradable magic items and the pair of rings. While they're talking to Morblint and Carl, the ritual goes off, and You are not within 500 feet of Isan Kalir.
Damn. Okay. When the ritual finishes, I guess they're still in conversation.
Yes.
I walk by and go, okay, and then leave.
Yeah.
Okay, Wendy's muted, but she's saying she's outie for the night.
Okay. Good night.
I actually thought
I
she
was
fell
commenting,
asleep an
but I
hour
am
ago.
actually outies because I need to go to
Hey,
bed.
hey, Wendy, congrats.
Yeah.
This is the latest you have stayed up with us in, I think,
my gosh,
a
it
year and a
is.
half.
Shut
So,
the fuck up.
ma'am, Wendy, I love you.
I
You're my
love
one
you
and
too.
only. You're my
Oh,
favorite.
Johnny, I keep you forever.
That's right. BFFs for life.
I know. So you're gonna be down here in a month or so, maybe?
That's right.
Ish.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Are
Okay.
you going to help us with the specialty party again?
God damn it! I guess so.
Well, you
Damn
don't have
right.
to.
It's the week before our son graduates, and we leave on a cruise. I'm gonna be a little bit busy, but
Wendy,
I
Wendy,
might sneak
Wendy,
it out for a
ma'am,
second.
get your
Yeah.
priorities straight. Now go to bed and think about your decisions.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Mwah.
gonna have to think about those. But love all of you.
Good
and
night.
Many kisses.
Night.
Good night.
Okay.
Good night, Wendy.
So, you guys have done some stuff. Is there anything anybody else wants to glean here at Odd Stories?
I actually want to ask them if they know of anything, like with the folks going missing at the camps, if they've heard anything and they have any thoughts or ideas about that. Because
They have
may
not
just have
heard-
a different mentality.
They have not
Okay,
heard
okay.
anything about it. They are in a different circle
Okay.
than the workers.
Yep. And that was kind of why
Yeah.
I wanted to ask them, just to see if maybe. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. That's it.
And you know what? Let's just go for broke. Ask them if they if they've heard the name of what's his face from the gem. Just like
Isan Kalir?
we heard. Yeah. Does that
Good
name
call.
ring a bell to you weirdos?
Let's give them a chance, shall we?
Actually, that's probably something we should have asked them. instead of
They
just
are
you now.
not familiar with the name Isan
Ooh.
Kalir.
Oh, okay. Hey, worth a shot. We don't need to tell them any more than that. So
Okay. So you leave Odd Stories, correct?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm just waiting out front, so.
So,
Don't
what
like
would
this
you
very
guys
long.
like to do now?
So that was odd. So I'm not sure, man. I just have no idea where to even start using this thing for tomorrow if we're here in town.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say,
but
you can
these
only
two
use one
areas
side.
do cover a meaningful amount of the area. Like
Yes.
East Otari is kind of out now, as long as it's somewhere in Otari.
Correct.
Like Crow's Cask might.
Unless, I'll say this.
Wait.
You're
was
successfully
what we
able to
started.
cover everything east of the river here.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. So in two more uses we'll be able to more or less rule out, is this person actually somehow in Otari. I mean, I guess the next one will be, let's hit Dawnflower and all the graves for next time we do
Yeah.
it. And see what's going on there, because I don't know that we've really spent any quality time in the graveyard. We spent some hectic time there, but
I don't know if you've spent any quality time in the
I mean,
graveyard.
it's a graveyard. If you're spending,
You spent some execution
I'm
time.
not really a
in there.
necromancer. That's
Yeah.
not my thing.
yeah, there's there a bunch of stuff. Yeah, that's where we learned they don't train their guards. That was our what we learned from the graveyard. Okay, so it's what, mid morning or early morning? still?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it be like, I'm gonna add 2 hours to the time. It's 10 o'clock, almost 10 o'clock.
Let's go ask out Whirlwind about, since she's outside the perimeter.
By the way, I'll go ahead and say at 3 p.m. anything that you guys had runes done from yesterday will be completed.
Great, good stuff. So the worker camps that are disappearing are out in the
Yes.
woods
Yes.
or logging camps. So let's go ask Whirlwind, since she's OTP in Atari world.
I mean, yes, you want to talk to Warlewin for that reason.
Yes.
Okay, you guys walk up to
Should we
Stone
go?
Ring. Oops, hold on. Screwed that up. Burp, burp, burp. You guys walk up to Stone Ring Pond. As usual, it's kind of an active spot. Some of the people from the land around the area, druids and stuff like that. And I don't know if you remember, but one of the last times you came through here, there was a dwarf who had been mentioning that he was encountering more disciples of Lamashtu. Do you remember that?
Yeah, vaguely.
May have been before me.
No, it wasn't. But there is a centaur and a dwarf that are up here that you guys have met before. And the dwarf, last time you saw him, was injured. And this time he is not, but they are both up at Stone Ring Pond. And Warlewin is doing, the things she does. Doing maintenance on the environment and all that kind of stuff.
I raise my hand and go, "Hey, hop there."
She kind of smiles at you. As a matter of fact, I think it's time for you to do a diplomacy check to see whether she's beginning to think you're cute.
Okay, is that the policy? Well, do you want make an impression, or you?
Yeah, make an impression. Make an impression. Yep.
They're not good for me. They're poor rolls. But
I mean, wait. Why is that a critical failure?
I don't know what it would be rolling against on her, because I had her targeted, so it probably rolled.
No, that's
against
what
her.
I'm really confused by. Why would it be more than a 28 for the check?
And she is really not into him.
Well, make an impression is against what?
Will save. Okay. Her numbers are not accurate for this. With an 18, that is indeed a failure. You do not improve your stance in her eyes.
Okay, well, I don't. In my eyes, I do, and I keep walking up
Yes.
and say, "Well, I feel like we're spending 80% of our time at the Gauntlight, like an albatross spends 80% of its time at sea."
And she kind of looks at you and chuckles, and she goes, "Unless it's one of my pets," and she kind of grins at you.
I grin back.
Do you do the toothy scary thing?
I'm still doing it.
You mean that's very similar to the racial version of it by a kobold who's confused?
Yes. Okay.
As in he actually nailed it.
Yeah.
I motion to Braun and say, "We've come to ask about people missing in the camps."
She looks at you and she's like, "I don't know what you mean. Which camps?"
I look over at Braun and then cut my eyes back and forth between them and make gestures with my hands like speak.
The logging camps? Like, what?
Oh, she goes,
Braun was not paying attention. He was kicking dirt and rocks, just being uncomfortable with Zulily doing Zulily things, and just I'm not involved. And then
that's the correct response.
Camps, missing people, the logging camps, yeah. What?
By the way, Stan in chat goes, "Man, it's some hot druid on witch action right here." So she kind of goes, the logging camps are experiencing some people disappearing. And she looks over at the dwarf and the centaur and they kind of shrug. And then she turns back and she goes, I haven't heard anything about that. Is there some suspicion that something's going on out there? And then she gets suddenly concerned and she goes, wait, no, you guys caught Jal Mesmin. I wonder what's happening.
I say keep an ear out. Keep an albatross out. And I return to grinning.
Okay. You grin in such a grinny manner. She nods.
Everyone is uncomfortable seeing it.
Yeah. Yeah. So she nods and she whispers something to her albatross and her albatross flies off.
I'm okay with that. That works. And we can ask her about the gem.
Mm-hmm. You could.
Okay. I think I'm still holding it from the shop, so I produce it. And I give her the quick rundown of the whole night, acting it out dramatically.
Okay.
And
do you want to do a performance roll?
No.
Yes.
Yeah. That usually is not.
Do a performance. You're presenting the evening in the form of a.
Well, I'm doing it's
of a postmodern dance.
Factual, yeah, it's intended to be a factual, like a TED talk, but
okay. She is 100% on board with your TED talk.
Oh wow! Okay, great. And so I explain where we've looked. I tell her everything, where we looked, how we used the gem. I even hold the gem out if she wants to take it. Tell her where we've covered already, and ask her what in Otari could be touching another plane.
She looks at you and she goes, I think the answer is what you already know. She goes,
the Gauntlight.
She goes, I mean, I don't, other than perfectly mundane complications to this city and a sadly ravenous druid, things in this town have been pretty straightforward. It was only when you found the tunnels underneath Otari that contained the dragon that this town actually had any mysteries.
Wait, what? Dragon? What? Wait a minute. Whoa.
Yeah, so the opening adventure was the party clearing out the rat-infested tunnels underneath the Otari fishery. And they found a kobold warren where they met the female kobold and a bunch of her eggs, and they let her go. And she ended up connecting with Fiverr. Fiverr had been kicked out of that kobold warren. But the kobold warren, after he got kicked out, had been under the control of his sister Zulgrin. And Zulgrin had purchased a green dragon egg and hatched a baby green dragon underneath the Otari fishery, which they then killed and brought the head up so that it... What did you guys do with the dragon head?
I think it's still at the camp, isn't it?
Yeah, we mounted that.
Yeah, you mounted it.
Taxidermy, and it's over at the fish camp in a closet.
You jerk holes have been killing kobolds and dragons? I don't know if I can keep hanging out with y'all now.
Not kobolds. We made friends with the kobolds.
Well, you made friends with the last kobold.
Yeah, I'm air quoting a lot while Braun is talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean the woman, the female. All
female.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to be. But yeah, so we helped her and her clutch of eggs get out.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was other, we weren't down there, smacking down kobolds. If they attacked us, we defended ourselves. We were a lot lower level and a lot more pissanty, but when given the opportunity, we did help the kobolds we could escape with their clutch of eggs.
Yeah.
Now there was a green dragon, I believe.
Dragon egg. Yep.
That we had to. Well, the one that we had to fight at the end.
Yes, it was a green dragon hatched from an egg, and and pieces of the eggs were worn by the members of the tribes on necklaces around their neck.
Yep, and we have some of that egg still, don't we?
Yep, you do.
The necklaces, yeah. Actually, Braun has a piece of it. But yeah, like we went out of our way to make sure we were not down there killing.
Other than the part when Zulily had music that played loudly to be triumphant amongst the killing of the oh wait, not that part.
I don't.
I'm looking real hard at everybody around here. I'm suddenly feeling ways about things.
That Braun.
I say it was a different time.
At least 2 sleeps ago. Like I honestly don't even remember it. So,
do you want?
I just got excited about the kobold that Zulily just met because I think maybe that was one of the.
I haven't revealed. I haven't revealed that.
Well, I know. Braun is not saying that out loud, but that was why I was excited. I was like, "Oh my god, is it one of our sweet babies?"
Yes.
But
so.
Sorry.
I will because you guys don't take notes, so I will share with you what you have learned. When you let,
well, remember, I mean, this was all before I was any of this, and no one has told me you guys have been murdering my kin.
You're right. Well, they did.
We murder everybody, though.
If you want to do a sense motive, I will tell you how you feel about what has happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let me pull up your character.
Murdering my kinfolk and
I'm gonna do a sense motive.
Again, I am 2 minutes away from murdering everybody in this human-run town. So
I just hold a finger up to Whirlwind.
You are absolutely, without question, confused as to everyone's intentions associated with this story. And I will say this:
stare at everybody in a very angry manner.
Wait.
You rolled a 1.
I stepped forward. And
oh, well then clearly over. I would hero point.
Yeah. I stepped forward and tower over Thundercleese again and say, "You don't need to take our word for it. They're prospering and alive. They're working among us this very moment."
This is news to you.
Anything you say.
I say, I met one in a hole.
And you thought now, after I'm threatening your lives, is the appropriate time to tell me? Okay, I see what's going on here.
Wait, you're threatening us?
I'm nodding. Like, yes, like.
Oh, you couldn't tell when I asked. So you've been murdering my kin?
Nope. No. You can ask. This one we met, and this one we did not kill. He'll say good things.
That makes 3 of us. Okay, yeah.
I've given
We're
him
not done talking about this.
I've given him an ability to live in the city. So I know where the hole is, and I think his wife is down there. So tomorrow...
I put him in a hole!
I look back at Whirlwind again.
He's still living in a hole and hiding. Yeah, y'all racist. Y'all real racist.
I mean, he dug the hole. We'll go there tomorrow.
Oh, so you've been using him to dig holes. I see what's going on.
Gotta be good for something.
I look over at Whirlwind and I shrug. I'm like, adventuring.
This is all stressing me out.
What a
everyday adventure.
I'll be back.
Thandor mentally rolls what it's going to take to murder the entire party in their sleep.
Okay, I can't believe you rolled a 1 on your sense motive for your compatriots. So I will say I'm not going to make that be.
I know their motives, but
yeah. So Warlewin is like open to talking to you about these things, and she like she admits that she just sent her albatross to go fly over some of the camps and see if she sees anything going on.
But any reaction to the gem?
That's a good question. Let me see what she does with the gem. She is indifferent. She does not know anything about the gem. She recognizes that it's magical, but she doesn't know what that means.
Well, we'll use it to Gauntlight tomorrow. That's what we got to do. That's kind of figured, but I was sort of hoping it was in town. Okay, I thank her.
Okay.
And I whisper into her again. Don't forget, we're turning that thing on and we're getting out of here. So any other gnomes you know that want to ride that thing back to the first world, let me know.
She kind of looks over at you and nods and and she does the OK symbol with wide eyes.
Good. And I return. I widen my eyes as much, if not more.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are at Stone Ring Pond. Again, there is. You have learned that they don't understand anything that's going on.
I have learned that I may or may not kill my entire party in their sleep.
Yes. And yes. And I never tell Lorelei Tenuvial when I'm going to be in town, and that's mean, and it won't happen again. But at this point in time, you guys are standing in Stone Ring Pond, and you need to decide what you're going to do. It is 10 o'clock. You could wait until 3 o'clock, go over, get your armor and things that you got, like runes put on, and then go to the Gauntlight, or you can hang out all day. I don't know what you want to do.
Yeah, going to the Gauntlight for a couple hours. I think we've got to go back and deal with.
Did we really get back and down?
Like, it is. You are literally 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can.
I know it's Atlanta logic.
Yeah, and remember, there's elevators. We keep fixing the elevators.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, we need to go back and see. Okay, so we have this gem. We can't do anything with it tomorrow. I guess we haven't specifically been asked to go babysit again, but I suppose we should, so she doesn't get. So the gem doesn't tell us.
Yeah, no, he asked you to come back. Okay. You can turn him down.
No,
I mean, you might have good reason to do so.
I don't know that we know. I think we need to be there because I think the gem is somehow teleported. That's what we got to figure out. How do we keep the gem here? In fact, I'm going to get out of the pond, which I guess I'm literally in.
Yeah.
Dry off and call Thundercleese over, and let's sit down for a second and corral up. I'll even motion for Whirlwind and pat the ground beside me.
Okay.
And see if we can figure out how this gem might be teleporting. If there's any way we can contain it, so it won't return.
Okay.
So we'd like to join minds on it. A meeting of the minds.
Okay. Are you going over there, Thundercleese? Oh, you don't have. Yeah. I forgot. You're not.
Yeah.
I forgot you're not in the VTT.
Really, I guess it's still out. That sucks.
Okay. So you move over next.
I'm still sitting in the dark.
You sit next to Warlewin and to Zulily, and Zulily pulls out the red gem. And what do you say?
I say, I look a little suspicious at Thundercleese, but I say Thundercleese had this last night, and at some point during the day, it returned to the doll. So we got to figure out some way to either defeat that magic or enclose this in something that won't make it transport, or figure out how it's transporting to know if we can get it far enough away that it can't work. And
if only we had some kind of planar binding ability.
Well, I wonder if it's the doll. Should we go back and get the doll?
I mean, I get the feeling probably not, but
the other entourage could go retrieve it. But let's see. So we want to look at it. We want to look at it with our respect, because I believe we have like primal, occult, and arcane all represented here. So the hope is that if we spend some quality time with it, we can kind of maybe suss out how this thing is teleporting. At least that's the thought. Because I assume Whirlwind is actually a druid and not like it's a performative thing.
She is indeed a druid. What used to be the leader of the druids.
It's real magic, not just white robes. And
yeah, she used to be the leader of the druids here at Stone Ring Pond, but she had to evict all the druids when Jarl Mesman murdered somebody in town.
Yeah. So let's look at it. What do you want us to do? We have any hope of doing this?
So I'll say this: one of the first things,
from whacking it with a hammer, I got nothing.
One of the first things you guys do is detect magic, and there is no magic on it right now.
Oh, it's a fucking doll, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's...
Fuck's sake. All right, well... Hey, Brond.
I will point out that there was another time where you did a detect magic, and you just had the gem, and the gem was magical. But right now, it is not.
Oh, okay. Like I really felt like I understood this whole mechanism. Maybe the gem becomes magical when the gateway is strengthening. But how the fuck is it teleporting? So I'm a role for somebody among us to figure out a way to contain the gem. Like, you know, the arcane would go, oh, well, it can't move through water, or like we could put it inside a rock case and it can't go out, or we could move it a mile away. Like, do we have any hope?
Lead stops everything.
Put it up Bronze butt. Put it up Bronze butt.
Yeah.
Put it up Bronze butt. Put it up.
I think people will still go through to get it. Is there any hope of us doing that with, or not? Like, maybe I would know that's a hopeless endeavor.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could do some kind of occultism check on it and see if you think there is.
We have literally every discipline. So the hope was that Whirlwind would do primal, I would do occultism, and Thundercleaves would do arcane.
Okay.
And that we would collectively, I'll do it blind. Like, well, I guess public's fine for that. That collectively we make the solution.
Ooh. Okay. Thundercleaves, do you want to do some kind of a arcane check?
Like an arcane check? Yeah, that seems reasonable. I also am drawing a blank on the spells I picked up last week, so I don't know that there's anything in there that would help.
It's
all
right.
I was smashing in between two big ass blocks.
Yeah, to me, this is more like identify magic. That's what we're doing. We're trying to figure out, like, is there some... I'm grasping at straws.
I'm gonna roll for Thundercleaves on arcane.
I don't know.
Oh, that's bad. Do you want to use a hero point for that one, Thundercleaves? That was a 1.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so we're gonna get rid of a hero point, and we're gonna re-roll that. Okay, so yes, you feel like you do pretty well, and then Warlowin does her primal check. She doesn't do that great. Hey, Giuseppe, do you want to come over and do a divine check?
We have divine. That's right. We have divine here too.
Yeah, we got all 4 flavors.
Okay.
Did we lose Giuseppe?
Right here.
Okay. So why don't you give me do you want to help them try to like zero in on the magic of this stone?
I can do a religion check, but that's about it. I mean,
do a it should be, is it not divine?
Should have a divine.
a divine.
No, it's religion.
Well,
it's religion.
Yeah.
It's a religion.
Religiosity.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. You guys are, all of you sit there and kind of focus on this thing, and you are starting to feel like it is a manifestation of will. It's not necessarily, it looks like a very big ruby, something you could sell to someone, but it's more of an idea of something than a real something.
It's a personification of annoyance.
Yes. And your belief is that it is manifest when the power of Isan Kalir is active, and when it is not, it is a nothing.
I'm getting the feeling that if we want to do those scans to find this ding dong, we need to wait till it's active as well.
Well, understanding the ritual, I would have some insight of that. Is that? Do I feel like that's the case?
No, you because it wasn't active when you were at
No.
when you were at Odd Stories earlier, and you still were able to use the magic of the stone to try to locate its on clear.
Okay. Yeah. So great. Well, we'll try it we're gonna try it by the Gauntlight tomorrow, and then tonight we may have to cut it out of the stupid doll again. But I guess we're going to do it. I don't have any other town tasks other than getting our armor at 3.
Yeah.
So we could loiter about and rest. Like, I've got my shopping done.
Okay.
Then return tonight. But I
don't have anything on my agenda.
But I do got to do spell prep because I want to.
So the dwarf and the centaur kind of they kind of nod to Warlowin and start heading off into the woods. Warlowin goes over and like chats with them for a little bit before they head off into the woods. Is there anything else that you want to do here at Stone Ring Pond?
I do not.
Okay. Warlowin comes
I
back.
got nothing here.
And she says that she'll let you know if she learns anything about the camp disappearances from the Albatross.
I tell her, I thank her and grin.
And she smiles at you.
Oh, God. What's happening?
I mean, I know it's... Did she smile or were her eyes batting? I don't know.
The only thing I really want to do in town is I want somebody to point me out to this kobold I've just now found out about. And see if a good long talk with him determines whether or not, again, I should murder everybody.
That's fine. Yeah, I excitedly grab Thundercleave's hand and we'll start running, start jogging.
Ugh, yank my hand out of his. Yes.
It's a little carnival hand, a little circus hand. To the ruins. Let's go there. Let's see if they're there. We could do that.
Yeah, depending on what they say, you may or may not.
So we will head to the ruins of the Thirsty Alpaca.
Okay. Hold on just 1 second. Okay, so you head to the ruins of the Thirsty Alpaca. Let me grab you guys. I'm dragging you down. So when you guys get down there, you notice that there are a lot of workers down there. This is kind of surprising. The fact that this many people got mobilized to work on this seems a little strange. They are starting to complete the basement level of what used to be the Thirsty Alpaca and is now going to be a school.
Right, and when I met
That's kind of weird.
When I met Fiverr, they it was not, the job site was relatively empty, right?
It was absolutely empty because it was nighttime.
Oh yeah.
It's daytime. There's workers. If you
right,
drive too fast by here, you might face increased fines.
Are they union? Will they all fuck off at 2 o'clock or something?
I mean, maybe 4. You don't know. You don't know. You're not in the union.
Okay, well, I don't pay any mind to them. I grab the hand again of Thundercleese and kind of make my way into the job site.
Okay.
Like, heading to the basement, just not.
Well, no, yeah. Like the basement is all they're working on now.
Okay,
they
great.
are
Well,
starting to fill in the areas associated with it.
Yeah, I look for any tunnels. I mean, surely they couldn't have covered it in like 3 hours of work.
No, they're still, but at the same time, like it's obvious that soon, probably within the next couple of days, any underground tunnel associated here will no longer be accessible.
That's probably for the best. But for the meantime, I look for any entrances that I might see.
Yeah. So you do manage to find like some kind of, you find some scramble holes where it looks like the kobolds went through there to get to the area underneath the town where you guys had encountered them before.
Okay, the first one I see, I just start excitedly kind of worming my way into it.
Give me a recall knowledge, Thundercleese. Oh, never mind. You don't have dice. Let me do it for you.
and this is kind of my jam. You know who knows dragon lore? This guy.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it'd be cool if you became their king.
I mean, I'm gonna burn down this town if they treat these guys wrong again.
So these do look like kobold. Like you would be like, there's a kobold warren in here. There are tracks and things like that going behind this kind of like pile of wood and all that kind of stuff leading under the ground.
Yeah, we should probably go that way.
As soon as I get the sense that Thundercleese is indicating directions, I start following.
No one over 5 feet tall will be able to get through here.
Everybody looks at
All
Braun.
right, Braun, Giuseppe, don't let them wall us in here. This is not a cask situation.
Not even if they crawl on their hands and knees.
I was
correct.
I was gonna say, so I was muted. Yeah. So okay.
Giuseppe,
Okay, so
you could fit through here, but Brond and Calliope could not.
Oh, and so we woke up this morning.
On a
Hold
beach?
on, wait. We woke up this morning and I haven't done anything yet. I put my finger up and I just tell Braun to hold it. Just wait. And I pull out Scoot and I start milking out the white fluid this time, which is the shrinking potion. And I just keep intense eye contact until the potion is finished.
Listen, somebody should go find the foreman of this site to make sure we don't get sealed in, except for him.
And then I give Braun the potion. It is my daily craft of a shrink potion.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh, okay.
It's a little gritty, and it looks a little pussy.
Ooh, that's a little. I can see like some legs, little insect legs floating around in it.
Well, maybe a little bit of the carapace that he was careless when he was squeezing, and a little bit of Scoot's carapace kind of fell into it.
God, it gets worse every single time. You might want to see a cleric about that at this point.
Rond winks over at Zulily, and he's like, Reminds me of little Zoop and shoots it.
Okay.
All right.
Calliope agrees to stand back and make sure that nobody walls you guys in.
Yeah, because if I have to burn down another building just to get back out of here, I'm gonna be a little put out.
So you guys start going underneath and you start exploring the. And again, you guys have been in these caverns before. You followed these caverns back from the Gauntlight, and they got almost to the city, and then you encountered the warren of the female kobold that you guys let live, and her eggs, and then you like went away, right? You guys didn't.
I declare the word to be matron.
Okay, I'll take
Or
that.
matriarch.
Matriarch,
Yes.
Oh yeah, I meant to whisper that, but check chat, Wes.
Sure, yeah.
In game chat.
Okay, yes, I see that. So you start working your way through the tunnels underneath where the thirsty alpaca was. And Thundercleese, you recognize a lot of the standard kind of clawing and scraping that an underground kobold den would have. However, most of this looks like it was from one person. Like, this doesn't look like the work of a warren. It looks like a singular kobold attempting to make a den. But as you get farther down under the ground, you recognize, like eventually you come across, and I'm gonna do a perception check. Just a second.
I like to perceive things about my own people and species.
Yeah. So
I mean, granted, I'm clearly operating in a different vein in general than these guys, but I had a very different upbringing.
So are you sneaking, or are you kind of announcing your presence? How are you handling it?
I mean, this is the Kobold Warden. I'm going to announce my presence loud and proud.
Okay. As you...
I announce my clan and our dragon...
Yeah. As you get closer to one of the intersections, a matron kobold steps out and says to you in Draconic, we've made this refuge. I don't know why your friends are here. Please don't hurt my babies.
No one will hurt your babies, or I will burn this whole bitch down.
She says, thank you. She goes, and she looks around and she goes, I've met some of these creatures before. She goes, Zulgrin.
They have made some claims to me.
She goes, I was in the tribe when Zulgrin got the egg. When the egg matured, Zulgrin lusted for power. Your compatriots let me escape when I was worried about my clutch of eggs, and they've let me live twice since then. She looks around and she goes, I don't know who to trust, but they are not any less trustworthy than anyone else I'd meet.
Ouch.
Now, they have shown an amazing amount of wisdom and restraint thus far, although they are pinkskins and not to be trusted. However, now You and your clutch are now under my protection.
She goes, Fiverr accepted me in after the tribe got decimated. Fiverr is in town trying to earn money so we can afford food once these eggs hatch. And then she kind of looks at you and she goes, I'm not going to show you where the eggs are, but I have 5 remaining eggs from my original clutch. And soon I hope to have a small warren living here. She looks at you and she says, would you like to join our warren?
Alas, I must continue a quest given to me by my own clan. Yeah, right. However, your future will be of great concern to me. But I have a quest for my own clan that I must follow through into its end.
She says,
however, our clan accepts those who have. Our clan has been known to accept in those who have suffered as you and yours have, should you desire to leave this place. Again, under my protection as we travel. Or I will help you establish here further, and make sure these pink skins above never harm your tribe again.
She says, Fiverr wanted to trust the villagers here. Zulgren did not. Zulgren won the battle of ideas. I don't care where my children grow up, as long as they are safe. She says, I don't need conquest. I don't need treasure. She goes, I just don't want to believe that my only purpose is to make someone else, is to reward someone else's greed.
That is the correct way to serve one's clan. Is always the correct path. Only the pink skins truly care for wealth that way, and of course, our any dragon you may choose to serve.
She goes, and she looks at you and she goes, that's what surprised me most. We were under no draconic authority, and Zulgren bought an egg and raised it and pretended that he could control it, as if we wouldn't have become enslaved to it eventually. She goes,
the fool.
She goes, she was a fool. And I don't know, I don't know how the rest of the clan fell for it. She goes, I'm lucky when they caused problems for the town that I was hiding with my eggs.
Now, some dragons seek conquest and to enslave our kind, others more as partners and family of their own.
She looks at you and she goes,
my dragon is of the latter.
She says, I cannot even imagine that existing.
It's a very different life. You may have noticed that I speak and act notably different from probably anyone in your clan.
She looks over at Zulily, and she goes, I don't know why Fiverr looked like him when he left.
I don't understand any of this.
No.
I imagine.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Oh yeah, this is
in Draconic.
You guys are an audience listening to gibberish.
Yeah.
Bad taste and a lot of hope, probably.
So this kobold says, my name is Ixen, and I want to raise my clutch here in these caves. She goes, but Fiverr has warned me that these caves will soon be blocked off, and has told me that we need to be accepted by the city. She looks at you and she goes, are you accepted by the city?
They have their predispositions, but I have been treated with respect. Probably mostly because I can burn any of them to cinders.
She goes, can you...
My service to my dragon has... my service to my dragon has allowed me to awaken our heritage, and I command great magic.
She goes, can you teach that to me?
It is possible.
She goes...
Although it is...
Go ahead.
It is a great deal of work and focus, and teaching is greatly helpful in learning to master our blood.
She says, I would like to learn that. If Fiverr is able to get us money, can you teach me magic? And then maybe when the time comes, I can help you and your clan.
You will need no money for this. You are, as I said, you are under my protection. Money will no longer be a concern.
She looks at
you. Should you choose to remain near humans.
She looks at you and she says, if you teach me to protect my clutch and protect my people, then you will become my people and I will protect you. She says, I was strong in my clan, but the ideas went astray. She says, I am not afraid. She goes, I'm good with a bow. She goes, I can fight like any of my kin. She goes, but if you can teach me magic, then maybe if anything were to come up, then I could help defend not only my kin, but this town.
And look, I don't mean to metagame here, guys, but I'm just saying, Thundercleese, just so you know, yeah, if she's willing to look out for you, I got your back, buddy. We're cool. Like we can, we take out this whole town. I got you.
Yeah, right.
Good.
So I'm gonna put out the mechanics here. Okay, I have put forward Ixen as a follower. Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to go, if you want to go in a direction with a follower, then you can select Ixen. If you do that, and I'll say this, Fiverr might be willing to become a follower as well. But one or the other is going to have to protect the clutch. And within about 2 or 3 days, within about 2 or 3 days, the walls that are allowing them access to the tunnels are going to be sealed up. And so something
they're not going to be in these tunnels.
So something needs to be done to either relocate the kobolds, or you're going to have to be dealing with them from under the Otari fishery through the doorway that you guys had already blocked off. So
we have an entire fucking fishing cabin that we never see or use.
True. You could provide access to that. So
we also have a town that loves us.
Yeah. So here's what I'm going to say. You guys have some opportunities with this kobold tribe. This does not have to be a main plot item. It doesn't have to be a main character item, but you have some options here. Okay. If you decide to do this, I do need you guys to make a decision about how you're going to handle the fact that the Thirsty Alpaca's basement is going to be completed within the next couple of days. If you don't want that sealed off so that the kobolds end up stuck underneath there and have to go through the tunnels towards the Otari fishery, which, if I'm not mistaken, you guys sealed off. Okay? So...
Look,
Oh, hey, power.
sorry, Wes, go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, welcome back. So...
Yeah, I'll be back in the game in about 5 minutes when the router boots
Well,
up.
but we're at 11:42. We probably ought to call it a night.
Yeah.
Because of... How are you doing over there, Johnny?
Oh, I'm okay. Like I should probably head to bed soon here. I
Yeah.
don't know why we start so late, Victor. But I just wanted to say that, yeah, Braun is more than happy to talk to the owners of the the Otari fishery.
Yeah.
Is that yeah.
Yeah.
To hey, we're taking care of some things. Hold up while we get the kobolds out and the nest, and we can take care of all this, no problem. Braun will make sure it happens, or him and Thundercleave will rain hell down upon this shack.
So you've got another situation, which is that you Zulily, you sent Fiverr to go work at Blades for Glades or Odd Stories. Do you guys want to go and investigate what's going on there?
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
we should follow up with him pretty quick.
Fucking hell.
My short-term goals with the kobolds is going to be on the way out. I am going to personally shut down this work site until we've handled this.
Okay.
And I'm going to want to get the kobolds out of these caves under the town because eventually that's going to cause problems, even just structurally.
Yeah.
But that'll obviously be something I'm going to kind of need to talk these guys into moving away from a style of life that they've known more towards one that, my character's kind of grown up with, which is instead of, these kind of muddy warrens,
Yeah.
polished and worked stone.
Yeah.
Because, you know what's really good against fire? Stone.
So...
let's go for it.
Yeah. So just a reminder, the Thirsty Alpaca collapsed about a month and a half ago for unknown reasons. Several people were killed in its collapse. And it's obvious now that the tunnels underneath it were partially responsible for that. The building was purchased by Alamora Inkelholtz of Inkelholtz Lumber, who is eager to turn this into a school for children. She has faced some difficulty recently, but has seemed to come into some money and is using that money to fix the ruins and turn it into a schoolhouse for children. You met Alamora the other night, and she seemed a little weird and disconnected.
Well, she deals with children and children's parents. She should be.
And she deals with billionaires. So yeah. But she lives up in Inkelholtz Manor if you want to go and talk to her about that. In the meantime, did you guys want to walk over to Blades for Glades and find out what was going on over there?
Yeah,
let's check
I want
on
to see how that's
Fiverr.
going.
Yep.
Okay, so you
somebody
guys...
may not be protected from the next assassin.
Right. So you guys wander over to Blades for Glades, okay? And in the process, when you walk in, you are stupefied because this patently cartoonish version of Zulily is jumping up and down on a set of bellows as Carman Rajani works in his forge. But you guys recognize how ridiculous this disguise is, but evidently the Rajanis have fallen for it. And when they turn, they see you, Zulily, and they're a little confused, and they look back and they're like, oh, you're different. Who are you? And the kobold that's jumping up and down on the bellows goes, I'm I'm Zabruder. And they go,
Yep,
oh.
Nailed it.
Yeah, that's pretty good impression.
Definitely. Zabruder? Yeah.
And so you guys come in and you see, and when both the Rajanis are looking at you, the kobold in the disguise hat is waving his arms going, ah, like don't fuck this up.
I just say hello. To Carman.
To Carman? Carman's like, what do you want? What do you want?
Yeah, it doesn't even recognize you.
We're here to talk to you about your new worker.
He goes,
Wait.
He's very good at doing, and then he kind of points at him and goes, that.
I say we usually are. We're very energetic.
He goes, I was a little surprised. He goes, I didn't realize how much you looked like each other last time.
Whoa. I stop him.
Can
I
Ron
look at-
do a perception check to see if he realizes that Fiverr is wearing the
Yes.
hat of deception?
Yes.
I would think it's pretty obvious. But,
Yes.
Oh, well, the hat
who
actually, the hat
knows?
becomes part of the disguise. Like it turns into
Right.
a brooch.
Well,
But-
yes.
Yeah, but- yeah.
But you're
but yeah.
capable of seeing through
You've
the
seen it happen.
disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stop Carmen
Ron
and I say,
snatches it off.
Okay. So you snatch the hat of
hold on, you've got to know, but he's got to stride over there, correct?
I do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
As
in the
Ron starts
doorway.
for him, I shriek and like grab his waist and try to pull him to the ground.
Okay, so suddenly the gnome has his hands around your waist and he's screaming like that kid in the Babadook.
And Braun just keeps walking as he's looking down, and he slowly stops. What?
So I want you to do an athletics check to see how far you drag Zulily.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say just 2-3 feet athletic. Oh, I got to go into my actual character sheet. Jesus Christ.
Well, you got freaking you've got freaking basic action macros there on the hotbar.
Yeah, but I have to
You
remember
can't
such
do.
a
I
thing
think you could do an athletics check from that. Maybe you can. But...
Oh God. So he
Yeah.
grabs a hold of your waist and you just are striding forward and you are all
I go
the
where
way.
the fuck I want with you around my waist.
Exactly. You are
Anyway.
all the way to. You have both of the gnomes
Oh.
within your reach. What do you want to do now?
I stop and look at him because I'm like, okay, he wants my attention. What is it?
I look up at Rond, and I slowly turn my skin pink and grin.
Oh, now you're a giant wiener. Okay.
He's a pink skin. You get.
What?
Okay.
Yeah,
Is Ron still standing there, just doing nothing?
Braun is baffled. Can I do a knowledge check to see if I know what he's trying to?
Why don't you do a
Tell me.
sense? Why don't you do a sense
I
motive?
know what he's on about.
Sense motive. That's it. Sense motive. That's what I'm. Yeah. All right. Sense motive is not on this. Oh, there it is. Yes. Sorry.
I just kind of hit myself,
Okay.
tab myself.
You detect exactly what he's trying to say. So my next question is, Zulily,
What
what are you
that?
trying
What
to
is he-
say?
That's a deep question. And so I'm all fleshy looking down there and grinning. And I guess since Brond is studying me, I look over
Braun
at
starts
Carmen
shoving him and
or Johnny and say, I'm sorry, when the weather's like this, we just change form all the time.
So there's a message in your actions. What is that message?
My message was that statement to convince Carmen that even if the disguise was ripped off, that this is just something that happens to gnomes when it's humid or whatever. because he's
Oh,
just.
I thought you were trying to
he's-
make a reference to how often I call y'all pink skins.
No, well, that's why I thought of pink.
So-
But, like the idea was
so-
that I've just changed color, for example.
Brond is going to look at Fiverr, and he's going to reach over, and he is going to, like, he first off, he's going to look at Zulily, and he's going to be like, "You're being silly. I don't know what's going on." Like kind of playing it down.
Yeah.
And he's going to go over, and he's going to reach, and he's going to take the hat off Fiverr's head, and he's going to be like, "What are you doing, man?" Like, and like, gonna look at everybody else here and be like, no, this is Fiverr. We know him. He good person. Why are you? Who put you up to this? Who made you think that you had to appear this way to come and work here in Blades for Glades? What's going on? Why?
I jump up, and as soon as Broad finishes, I jump up and go insane.
So Fiverr kind of stands there now, looking obviously like the kobold that he is, and he looks over at Carman and he goes, "I needed a job. I needed a job. You need a job." And he looks over at Amici. He goes, "You needed a job." And then he looks at all you guys and he goes, "I know you guys don't need jobs." And then he looks at Carman. He looks at Carman and he says, I want to work for you, whether I have my hat on or not."
Yeah, and Braun steps in. Braun's like, Fiverr's good people. I don't know what the whole disguise thing was about, but obviously, kobolds are normally not well accepted, but I can tell you right now, our boy here is good. I hope he has proved it. However long he has been here now, over the past 24 hours, maybe we kind of came real early in for this whole thing. But anyways, I hope he has proven his worth and that you are willing to consider keeping him on if he did a good job. He has our backing, is what I'm saying.
Carman kind of cocks his head and he looks at the kobold. He goes, "Are there more of you?" And Fiverr goes, "Only one?" And he goes, and then Carman kind of like winces and goes, "Eh." And then he looks over at Amicia, and Amicia is like behind her book, wide-eyed. Like she's looking over the top of her book as if there are 20 naked people standing in front of her. And she's got
What book is she reading?
I don't know, but she's like sitting there and she's just like googly-eyed, like staring out at what's fucking happening. And then Carman turns to Fiverr and says, "You've kept secrets this long, right?" And Fiverr goes, "Absolutely." And Carman goes, "And you can keep keeping secrets?" And Fiverr goes, "To protect my clan? Yes." And and then Carman kind of strokes his jaw and he goes, "You've got a job here for as long as you want."
I start clapping.
And
Yeah, I'm down for it. This is the kind of chicanery that I'm in.
and so,
And
Let's
Fiverr,
take the
you also
city.
your and Fiverr, your clan is now also under my protection.
and
Whoever the
Fiverr
fuck you are, buddy. Stand in the back.
Fiverr looks over and he goes, "I've never," he goes, "I'm not seeking to serve, but I'm not unwilling to serve. I just want to be part of this village." He goes, I've seen goblins walking around, and I've seen goblins burn entire villages to the ground. He goes, "My ancestors lived here. I live here." He goes, I just want to be part of what's happening. And then he looks over at you, Thundercleese, and he goes, I don't know who you serve, and I don't know what blood is driving you, but if you'll respect my right to not serve, then I'm here for you.
If you and your clan desire to stay here, then I will do everything in my power to facilitate it. If you wish to join my clan in our stronghold, you may also do that. It is it's a long conversation between us to be had, but your well-being is my concern.
He looks over at Carman and he says, my warren is about to be sealed off. He goes, do you have some places for me and my other clanmate and our clutch to stay and sleep? And will my work feed us? And Carman kind of bows up a little bit. And he goes, absolutely I do. And he looks over to Misi and he goes, we have enough coin to feed these two, don't we? And she kind of nods, still wide-eyed behind the book that she's reading. And so basically what you guys have done is facilitated Fiverr and Ixon to have a home associated with the forge at Blades for Glades. You have agreed to protect them, and Carman has agreed to employ and house them. And I think this is a good place for us to leave for the night, unless anyone has anything else they want to ask for this situation.
Well, I just want to say to
I
Carman,
reach into my pocket. I've got a... Wait. As soon as she nods about the money, as soon as she nods about the money, I reach into my pocket where I've got this little bag of tiny emeralds and throw it right up on the counter.
Okay.
And put this to good use for them.
And she agrees.
Oh, where was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Remove them from your inventory.
Yeah, come on. No, I think it was
how
like
much was
25
that?
Gold worth of emerald. I think it was like 25 gold worth of small emeralds.
Yeah.
A tiny patch of emeralds, 25 gold.
Okay.
So long, tiny patch of emeralds.
Anything else you wanted to do there, Zulily?
I just want to say right before the session ends and the credits start, looking at Carman and the camera. Well, I learned today you can't judge someone by their color of their skin.
I mean, you can't.
And he looks at you and he goes, what the fuck's a samouflage? Anyway, if anyone gets that reference, I will be very impressed.
Negative.
I'm more worried about those self-sealing stem bolts, but...
Okay, so we're going to head back to our basic screen, and I'm going to change the music back to the happy music. And we're gonna go back to cozy tavern music. So let's talk about things. Braun, stars and wishes.
Stars. I think that Woody did an amazing job this evening at keeping it top notch, and just really pulled it all in with his role playing. And wishes. I wish that I don't know, man. Like I'm really happy how this all evolved with the fucking the kobolds. Like this definitely pleases me. I'm real happy where things are going right now.
I'm sure nothing could go wrong with this situation. I'm sure it's gonna.
I know, Wes. I know who you are and where you live. I swear to God, don't you fucking do it.
Well, I'm going to threaten. I am going to threaten every person in power in this town.
Oh,
Personally,
yeah, we will burn this bitch down.
Oh man, they'll wish I only burned it down.
The entire town and everyone in it for these kobolds. Don't
Remember
you
when I
dare.
found out that fireball is now an artillery spell? Yes.
Hey, you just learned how big 500 feet was in the city.
Yeah, most of the city.
It would take about 3 fireballs to blow up the city.
3 rounds.
I mean,
Got it.
it launches 500 feet, but it still only has that 20-foot blast
Oh,
radius.
you're right. Sorry.
But the entire local economy is built on this big ass water wheel.
That is true.
Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so any wishes, Brond?
That our lovely kobold family lives happily ever after.
Yeah.
And our GM isn't a fucking monster about it.
Okay.
That is all.
Now, I'm going to tell you flat out that few people will come through this
Motherfucker.
adventure without feeling all the horror of the freaking empty eyes of Nimbleoth coming down on them. But I was all behind you making good things happen for these kobolds, so we'll see. Giuseppe, stars and wishes.
Stars did, if everyone else, I didn't have to inject anything of moral compassing because everybody was running with it. Giuseppe didn't have to interject any moral standing.
Will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the first in a long time.
Yeah. Any
That
wishes?
eventually happened.
Any wishes for your character or the party?
No wishes right now. I mean, everything's going smoothly. I like
Okay.
For the GM not to be a fucking monster.
Zulily, stars and wishes.
Stars for the cast that we have the kobolds, we have the Rajanis, we have the established money in the town. My
The aristocrats.
turning Otari into a remake of the Warriors is going swimmingly. Just need a few more tribes. and
Click,
then make
click,
the big
click,
battle.
click.
You mountain
Just need 1 or 2 more gangs.
Yes.
And then it should be perfect. No,
Yeah.
but stars to Thundercleaves for establishing some cool kobold rapport.
Yeah.
And then I don't really have any wishes. It's good. I'll be looking forward to kind of getting to seeing what the gym is. That's kind of
Yeah. So Calliope wishes to congratulate Carman Rajani for like being such a cool dude, and for her husband for running the best game that she's ever played in. That absolutely doesn't make her sleepy or make her want to go to bed. and her wish is that she could sing that song forever. Thunder, please, stars and wishes.
I'm gonna give a star to Your Wonderful Way for staying way longer than usual. And definitely throw in a different vibe than Calliope usually does.
No, actually, that's standard Calliope vibe, in my opinion.
Oh, because all the games I played with are actually running her character. It's usually cranky and gonna stab people and
Yeah. I
Which is
feel
not
like
different
she
than
was.
most of us.
I
But
feel like she was that. She just was more directed at stabbing me than you.
I mean, always a good time, right? And Braun got my back. I'm here for that.
Yeah.
We're on the same page for I wish this goes well. And if we want to shorthand some of the role play about establishing those guys, like a quick 5-minute what I would overall intend, and we just kind of
Listen, I don't think anybody complained about anything that happened tonight. That seemed to be a lot of fun for everybody involved. There's no need to shorthand any of it. I want you to know that I was interested in seeing what you guys would do with Fiverr. I didn't know if you would bite, and I'm very happy that you did. And I think it adds a lot of interesting dimension to the characters that were involved. And again, when I run this game, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what you guys are going to be interested in. I don't know what you guys are going to pursue. And the fact that you guys pursued this, I went, okay. And I really enjoyed it. So.
Huzzah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
no, it's definitely a lot of fun. And I actually care about the town now. It's not just a series of shops and people I can shake down for money.
Yes. Now you're invested. I got it. I've learned a valuable lesson now.
Wes is like vigorously scribbling down notes.
How to point Thandor in a direction.
Okay. Well, it was great. We'll hopefully we can do this 3 weeks in a row.
I think so.
Not
What?
gonna happen, but I mean, I'm sure something will come up.
3 weeks in a row. Okay, well, a man can hope.
I'm here
I'm
to get it
here.
together.
I'm here. I'm here next
Hopefully.
Thursday.
That's
the
my
problem I'm
wish.
Yes, yeah, that's our way.
Anyway, everybody have a good night.
Exactly.
Like,
Good night. Love you guys. Mwah.